created there as usual for the interview, able to get the coach to say some crazy things. Now, we might not have rampages here. We'll see if it ends up happening or not. But the one thing we definitely are going to have is some pretty nice comms. They started out this game with a little bit of love between the two teams while we were doing that interview, Trent, and now already into the laning stage.
Oh, I've seen some of Zayat's comms, you know, to the enemy team when he stands up and screams. So, you know, I think maybe we'll get him one of those rampages that he's talking about. That'd be pretty impressive on Nyx Assassin. It might not be the one who gets it.
That'd be pretty crazy. Nisha going to take some damage there from Matumba Man. But yeah, the start of this game, I believe I saw Resolution tip Insania and said Analyst Gaming, let's go.
Yes.
XD, because of course both of those players were analysts in the grand finals last year at TI, and now here they are playing for a spot in the grand finals.
I believe they actually played in the All-Star match last year on grand finals day as well.
Yeah.
So this is a significant upgrade.
It's true, absolutely. You know, we'll see if it ends up happening again. But of course, these players incredibly accomplished and have a lot of history together as well, but are going to be facing off now. Insania playing on the Jakiro. You know, we were talking to the panel and they were saying that they felt that this was a hero that gives a lot of the team fight, gives you some pushing potential. It looks like a fast draft from Liquid in some ways.
I feel like he just didn't want to play Lich again. You know, it's a very similar idea and concept, but no, it's a little bit tankier, right? Just naturally with a higher strength, so you can maybe survive something like a Boundless Strike initiation, or at least require a little bit more of those enemy resources before your allies can try and get something else done in the engagement. Definitely going to have some issues versus the Nyx Assassin, though. Obviously, you have a lot of AoE abilities he can punish you on.
Dyer's courier.
As Mickey loses a triple Mango Courier, the fruit stand chopped down.
That one hurts. And in the same motion, you see Boxy getting a nice little pushback there on the puppy, hid behind a tree, and then started beating him up a little bit.
Oh, Matsu, though, getting that big damage made on Nisha. Has a Fairy Fire still remaining, but certainly getting low here.
And I know when we first saw this like sort of revitalization of Sniper that was happening in this tournament, I think the first game of it that we saw was Matumba Man playing on the Sniper and just going absolute ham. You could see there as well the rotation in towards mid, Boxy securing the water room. They did do the swap up, so it's Matu playing mid, and of course Mickey up there top on that Tiny.
Yeah, they had that second pick in the draft this time, so they're able to respond to the lanes much more accurately, as secrets were pretty well set. Not a whole lot of flexibility you're going to see at that point once they picked up that Queen of Pain. They were just looking for that hero's going to be very comfortable in the mid lane, and likely going to have a good time, as she does snag that range creep deny.
Yeah, so far so good. 14-4 versus 12-2, and Quap a little bit lower on that CS chart lead. But you can see that already off to a better start, Liquid, than they had in that game number 1. As Mickey is going to get that wave pulled back through into a little bit of better contention for himself.
It's a 100% win rate. I mean, they win a lot of games, so it's not that surprising, but 7 games.
Ooh, Zayat getting a lot of damage there from Mickey. Can't get in for a kill, but still keeping that pressure on.
As the Sal, I mean, you have that great HP regen. You're also an Agi hero, so you tend to have a little bit more armor too. It's a great feeling hero. It's very similar to like Ogre, honestly, when you play in the lane, right? You kind of want to use your HP as a tool when you're bullying these heroes. You want to absorb a lot of spells as the Nyx Assassin and let them think that they can kill you like they are up top. Let them think, though. Don't actually die.
Well, that's going to be it. Mickey moves on in and cleans up. The power of the dual breath there combined with just a little avalanche toss combo from Mickey.
Instructions were unclear. Okay.
Oh, and again, I think that's partly that, you know, early movement over, getting some mangoes on him. It's a nice little injection of the mana regen.
Yeah. Oh, the crowd, they like that one. They want to see Liquid get a couple more. They want a game 3 here.
SLS getting some more punches out. Zai trying to chase him down. Doesn't have that Boundless Strike, but you can see after that first blood, hungry for a bit more on Liquid.
Yeah, of course, we saw this matchup just yesterday, I believe, in terms of you got to be watching out for that Jigu Mastery, all stacked up, one Boundless on neutrals, on the creep wave, on the spiders, anything there to get your HP back up.
And he missed there on the Zai, able to dodge away from that one, that high movement speed for the Brood. And now turning, looking for more punches. The tag team, a couple more hits. Chrysalis in trouble. Can't quite get in range, but they do bring him down. Zai already putting to work on him, although up top, Insania, he's in some trouble. Throws out the dual breath, and Rezo Zai is able to pair together to get that kill on the Jakiro.
Yeah, but getting the kills on the Monkey King in lane, that's going to feel great for a Brood lane. Not necessarily something you expect to go super well.
1 second, he gets away. That blink coming right off cooldown there as Boxy gets a little bit of separation, won't get hit by any daggers. And Matumba Man also very low. Will have some regen coming out to himself, but not a ton actually. He's gonna have to just tango up and maybe even head back home.
Yeah, that wave. I mean, good timing there from Boxy. They don't get the kill, but the wave's coming under the tower, so he doesn't tank too much. And once again, he's going to get himself some earlier HP, or rather XP here, as they have to run on home on the sniper.
You can see the Ring of Health already done for Rezo means the chance for a kill on him, pretty low percentage. Of course, can go on to Zayats if the mood strikes at the moment comes around. They need some other type of rotation to make it work, otherwise to kill this Rezo Primal Beast.
Nikkei on the position 1 Tiny though. Still, just because he's flying up here though doesn't necessarily mean he's going to change his normal game plan all that much. He throws some harass on the Rezo. Obviously there's still some pressure on him to be making those rotations across the map. It sort of depends on the game that you get out of your Brood, right? Because we've seen this several times from Liquid where they pick up this Brood very early. They're willing to get counterpicked. Like they know that certain picks are coming. They have to protect it a lot during the drafting phase, just like that Enigma. But it's all the space and the time that the hero's going to buy for you. It's a nice reply there for Puppies.
I mean, that's one of those that could suddenly be the death of Nisha if they're not careful. But Resolution stuck around. Down in the top lane, the tree toss. Nikkei cleaned him up.
Mid lane as well.
And
Boxy, he tested for a ward when they did that initial gank. Oh, there we go.
Jumps in Sonic Wave, Matumbo Man turns, looks to fight, a couple more punches, Nisha also goes down. They get 1 kill first, now Zayat's gonna be chased through the river with no more mana. They can't clean up that Nyx assassin.
This is all stemming just from ward battles, right? Because like Foxy was running on the high ground, checking the tower when they were both dead, when both the mids weren't there. Saw there was no ward, but when Queen came back, she instantly warded. They spotted it. They go for the sentry. That gets them on the high ground on the Radiant side, and everyone just collapses mid for the fight.
But you know, as much as that kill is huge for that Quap, definitely needed. Now about even on the net worth with that sniper, and of course. Going much further ahead in terms of the XP.
Look at what Matsu's up to, though. Sneaky little sniper here.
Interesting rotation. Shrapnel ready. Will he be able to find him, though? As Chrysalis hiding off in those trees, it's not an easy kill to get. It's just waiting down, seeing if there's going to be any TP rotations as Zayat Puppy chasing Insania up
Radiant's
the river and get
attack.
out of there, it looks like.
Yeah, he's going to survive. Foxy's getting XP mid, and they're just going to take this early tower. So you counterpick this, right? You have this Monkey King, and he's not really pressuring the Brood. Look at this. She's ahead in terms of the net worth. Zai's feeling great, heading to the small camp. They're hitting this tower, and so they're going to try and counter-pressure on top. Nikkei not aware this is coming.
Standing still for a moment. Avalanche to interrupt before the ring gets out. Any TP rotations, not seeing him. Nikkei tries to get away, but they bring forward, drop the ring, drop everything. This core Tiny is going to be brought down in the end. That was a lot of heroes there for that one.
That was a lot of spells cast for 1 kill, but you'll take it. It's going to give you that wraparound on the tower now. Rezo getting in there, grabbing that wave, and so Masu is going to knock down that bottom tower. He's going to open up this whole jungle space here for Zai, who's already farming his way through the neutrals. And Secret hoping to do the same thing up top as Boxy. Also looking to set something up top here.
And it's interesting too, you know, you think about the difference in terms of the styles. All these Wraith bands picked up from Matumbo Man as Chrysalis going to be chased a little bit through the trees. Boxy spots him there. It's scared to go forward for that kill though. And Resolution picks up his phase boots.
And not much they can do. They will see Rezo now as he comes back to the range creep. 3 heroes here. They want to go for this, but it's a tough get with the onslaught.
And Ice Path just a little bit away. Resolution didn't get clipped by it. So they managed to get away with him after those heroes rotate up. Boxy does a little juke to the side. Zayat's a little bit quick on the trigger finger.
Middle tower is
Not only does he get away, he also gets back in time to stack a camp for Chrysalis, so very happy Monkey King right now.
Got it.
Absolutely. So 3-4. And as this game develops, you're seeing Zai just take over this side of the map. Very hard for any of the supports or other heroes to come on into this Radiant jungle. And you can see at the same time, Liquid, they're farming up their own jungle. This net worth lead, if things don't change soon for Secret, is going to start to pretty quickly expand.
Yeah, that is the one thing they need right now is to give that space to Chrysalis, right? He's the lowest of the core, so like they're getting these stacks for him. They're giving him this safer spot up top, but Liquid are not letting up the pressure, keeping a lot of heroes up here and allowing the Brood Mother to control that bottom half map by herself. Smoke's trying to not get caught right now. That's a low-level Nyx though.
The courier heads right on in. Zai will still survive through that gank. Resolution in the area, but they can't connect, can't find him.
And look what they're doing now in the Radiant Triangle. They spot that big stack that was sitting here.
That's huge. Yeah, that was all built up. This was supposed to be how Chrysalis gets back into the game, and it's just not going to happen.
Rezo even kind of left that there for him too, right? Like he could like trample that down, but he doesn't really have the build necessarily to go for that at the moment anyway, I suppose, on Chrysalis, right? So perhaps would have been better if someone else just grabbed it. Liquid very happy to see a triple stack though.
Yeah, claim that one. And the status quo continues, which again, Secret gonna need to make something happen to disrupt this at some point, but with the Spike Carapace onto the Shrapnel, maybe shades of things to come later on in this game, but Matumba Man was able to just push out that creep wave, and Liquid still having all three of those cores on top of the net worth pretty much. So next couple of minutes here, they are rotating top.
Rezo just charged all of the spiders. He just munched the ball up right now. Very late pick in the draft, again, for the Primal Beast, right? Especially versus that Brood, but there's so many heroes now that can deal with this giant like well of spiders, right? They're banning out these Pangos, these Kunkas, they still grab a Monk King and a Primal Beast, so Zai just kind of has to live with the fact that your spiders aren't going to last that long. Just keep spamming them out for the vision right now. Letting them know if there's anyone dangerous in the area. Now, punching Puppy a little bit here. Now you can see, as Amar was talking about though, having that first spell versus the spiders. Kills the little ones right there. A bit of gold influx for position 5 never hurts.
Very good. Keeping the pressure off of him from getting just completely bullied too. As Zai still living in this lane perfectly fine. Trying to get in towards his hood. And some more of those team fight items later on. While Secret content to just take half of this jungle, trying to get into that Witchblade for Queen of Pain. And again, the sort of question I have is, at what point does this break down? Is it just around ulti timings?
Yeah, that is the real question, right? Like, who wants to make the first move?
Bottling the regen, Boxy getting chased, a couple more punches, they have denied available, but can't get it. Instead, it's gonna be Boxy going down in exchange for Zayat. So just a couple of heroes traded off. Zai caught for a moment with the Pulverize, but he does manage to escape from there. Arcane Curse onto the Brood, backs away.
Yeah, Crystal's also rotating over for this. I mean, not that it's that much of a punish on a Monkey King, huh? He's like already back up top after TPing there, so Crystal's well aware of how to abuse this hero, and I like the fact that...
Oh, jumped in! That blink was mighty aggressive, sir! Nisha smelled some blood in the water. It was his own, though. Brought down quick.
That looked like your silencer was maybe level 6 or something there, you know, you're hoping for a save. Not the case quite yet. 13 minutes, and he just gets it now on Puppy.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
That's another thing to always watch for these position 5 silencers, right? Is like trying to get that early buyback.
Yeah.
Because like you never know, right? Die first in the fight, obviously, if you just get the buyback and the ulti can turn everything when they're trying to target you.
Is under attack.
How much can they get out of this now? Mickey, he shows up. Blink, Tumbler's Toy, went for a spell. Puppy down low, gonna get Walrus punched to death. The buyback though, and the global. Need to get out with the rest of them. They will bring down one. Mickey to fall, but Tumbleman also goes down. Nisha was right on top of him, trying to finish him off. A couple more hits, and it is going to be enough. But still, a big win after dive. After dive, it goes out.
See, this is why you play 5 silencer.
Yeah.
Because they dive and they kill you, and it's okay. It's all right, guys. I'll just buy back global. It's fine. Ends up net positive for him as well, as you can see on the recap. Earned himself a solid 79 gold for throwing away his life. What a gamer.
Big plays. And you can see there, once everybody from Secret shows up, they immediately are able to find the Tumbleman on that backline with Nisha. Cleans him up.
Yeah, no way to escape as well, right? Rezo just gets the claws on you, you're just dead. Mid lane as well, back in the game though. Puppy, well, you know, there's one downside to that whole, you know, buyback thing. It's dying again right after. Not so great.
He's gone for a while. Boxy, well, separate from Chrysalis there. Liquid still looking good on all of their cores, but has been a pretty big setback after losing that fight there mid. Big injection of the gold, but Mickey, with his Blink Dagger done, we'll see if he wants to keep making moves around the map, queuing up that Aghanim Scepter next.
Dire's top tower.
The gap isn't that large in terms of the cores, right? There's a pretty substantial gap between all the cores and the supports in this game, which is something that particularly Liquid usually doesn't really have, right? Like they tend to have their supports pretty close to their 3, but...
Toss back, Macro Pyre, Zayat's on Mickey, Rezo dropping low, is gonna die. Nisha hanging out in that Macro Pyre too. Good boundless strike, the chase down, Mickey trying to survive, but he's gonna die. Matumba Man can't get there in time to help out for this fight. If it continues a little bit longer, they might be able to make something happen, though. Turns now onto the Monkey King. Puppey goes down, dead for 25. Chrysalis still trying to escape.
Nice path.
Zai chasing Foxy right on top to slow down the Monkey King. This would be such a huge kill if they could bring down Chrysalis, and they will. Liquid, this dive bears fruit.
Yeah, Chrysalis is feeling that pressure. You know, he was the lowest on the course for a while. He's starting to catch up, and the way he's been trying to catch him in these fights has been TPing in every time. It's like a secondary ultimate on the Zero because he can farm anywhere on the map. He TPs in. He wants to get that fight with a Boundless Strike, but the punish is there from Liquid. They're ready for that attempt.
Foxy runs down to Zayats. Can they find more? Mickey, he's got his Blink Dagger. Nisha right up on the high ground, jumps in. Alba interrupted the toss, but the global. Boxy caught a couple more punches, but they're not quite going to get there in time. Matu, a couple more hits. He gets away. Resolution being chased by Mickey, so a trade so far. Support for support. Another round of Avalanche, but they can't get him.
Yeah, there's no toss
Gets
target.
out of there.
Able to crawl away there in that Primal Beast, but Liquid's starting to take a bit of a lead here as they get some map control. They're going to grab that next rune. And it just puts Matu faster back to farming.
That's right. God, all these early stats, too, with the Mask of Madness done. He does a ton of damage if left alone in these battles.
And he's just so involved, too, right? Like, he's got so many frontliners in these drafts. Even, like, everyone could just be ahead of him. They play the Vanguard. They have this full bodies up ahead, just like last game. As Secret, we're playing it. And there's a good reason why this hero's been so popular.
We'll see where they decide to go next on Secret, as this track board still looking pretty good. And Liquid, likewise, as you mentioned, the same for Secret. Zai pressuring down bottom. Rezo, Onslaught, Chase. Wants to find one, and Sami is there with the dual breath. Ice Path, a little bit off the mark. And eventually walks into a Puppey gets turned onto now. And with Matu there, has to immediately run away.
They also snowballed Nisha mid here. Foxy went in for this.
Foxy in very far, can't get a deny, so Secret.
Yeah.
Clean up that tusk.
I think it was Zayats being in proximity that Mickey didn't want to jump in and go for a play. I think he was worried about a Carapace right there. So Foxy kind of got shoved off there.
Well, again, head up top. I'll Liquid head down bottom. See if they can get any extra pressure onto these towers after mid has already been claimed. Onslaught in, Zai runs into him after killing those spiders. But with Matumba Man nearby, it's too dangerous to really chase that.
Yeah, Liquid have seen that there are several heroes up top. They spawned the Queen of Pain on the ward, so they're all starting to rotate their way down to Zai, pressuring this in, trying to get towards this tower. They also have a ward helping to cover their current positioning near the stairs. Mickey's gonna go stand over there, keep an eye on any potential smokes that could come through, and just grab any heroes that come up the staircase. So there's a pretty safe tower pressure right now, and they don't really have an alternative here for Team Secret. Like, it's not like they're able to like pressure top right now. Like, Crystal is trying to get out to the wave right now, but they take this tower down extremely fast with Broodmother and Sniper.
Right, and you think about last game and what we saw, that Beastmaster draft, the ability to not just take the objectives of the towers, but also head on into the Roche pit. You can't really do that with the Secret lineup. Much more difficult.
They've also struggled a lot more this game to get their vision down, and that's something that Liquid have in spades, so they see all of this.
They find one, Mickey just a little bit late on it. Puppey not caught by the shard. Zai wants to chase. They're going into danger zone though. Avalanche, toss, punch, dead. No buyback this time around. Mickey, he's gonna get chased. The toss, the impale, needs to delay this a little bit longer to get the stun onto the Queen of Pain, but Mickey, he's gone. Nisha tries to survive, no. It's killed off. Zai right on top with those spiderlings. And Chrysalis.
Yeah, careful.
Ooh, Monkey King has to be careful. So final tally ends up being a 2-for-1.
I have justice for you.
Oh my god, dude. This guy's crazy. You know, he gets caught suddenly. I mean, does have the BKB, I guess.
Relive it. I mean, it all started, this could have been so different too, right? Because they're coming into this area having all this vision from Team Liquid. There was an opportunity to maybe grab Nisha right off the start as he was close to a ward, but they didn't quite get it. They didn't get to really abuse the invis that's on Mickey either. And grabbing Puppey at the start, sure, there's no buyback, but at least they're able to get Nisha right after there too. But didn't really feel like the biggest win that maybe I was expecting from Liquid, considering how much setup and prep I feel like they had for the moment.
Yeah, when those don't pay off, it could be pretty rough. Crystal is feeling comfortable playing around this ward, but Liquid's gonna run right up to a high ground. They find one, Puppey dead. No buyback again, so they can't go for the global. They drop down the ice pad, connects onto two. Stun there, Nisha Walrus punch, dropping low, but gets away. Tiny has already died in exchange for the silencer. It's not enough from Liquid.
Dire's
They weren't able to
turret
claim
has been
any other
killed.
kills there. Zayas gets hit by the Assassinate, and a TP in from Tusk. Boxy trying to chase this guy, but can't quite find him. So
It's a long time till he's been dead again, though.
yeah, it's true. And in the meantime, they're going on in towards that Roche pit, it looks like. So Boxy will head over, use the tag team to help them claim this one. As Liquid wanting to get an objective after they push Secret away from that high ground.
They're doing a great job of targeting Poppy. Instantly the fight, you have to give them a lot of credit for that, but it is very costly. We said last time, right? Like, they're losing cores for it every time. But they are getting the map control, and now they're getting that victory off of that by going in here for the Roche, grab that Aegis, and they're going to put that right on the Matu. So just in case they get to that backline, obviously they have the Queen of Pain, they have this Monkey King with the BKB. There is a concern that he's going to get back there in an unstoppable way. So protecting Matu for a potential second life in these fights.
Again, with that Roche being given up, it did also give a lot of time for Secret to keep their farm going, and you're getting closer to this BKB on Nisha. These item timings can be very strong from Secret. Talked about the potential for late game scaling that you get out of this Monkey King. Merciless with over 2,000 games played on the hero, definitely knows his limits. But we'll have to watch and see. After the tier 2 tower has already been taken, there's really not much for Liquid to get here on the bottom side of the map.
Just grabbing that farm, trying to stack Matu up just a little bit higher. Obviously, we heard our panelists there, ATF and Taga, talking about this idea of like the semi-cores, right? Like the Monkey King, the Queen of Pain, and the Primal Beast. They're all very capable of fighting at this point in the game, but they're also fairly capable in terms of like, their scaling and the options they have. Obviously, the Monkey King being one of the best hard carries going late. So Liquid are much more all in on the sniper.
That was not the global he was hoping it was going to be, as he drops immediately. Global down with Aegis in hand. This is Liquid's time to party.
Feels like he's been working on this this first item forever. Like, had the Ghost Scepter queued up almost immediately in this game, but just keeps going down and wants to hold that potential goal for the buyback as well, I'm sure.
As a movement up, Nisha found Ice Path there. Nisha going to die. Mickey finds that target.
That ward.
That was huge.
And doing so much work for them. Obviously, Secret feeling kind of safe in the area because he has his own wards nearby. Relying on these again from Team Secret, sort of cutting off that part of the map, giving that vision across a line there to try and give Nisha the capabilities to go up there and farm. But punished, dying there again on the Queen of Pain, a hero that really struggles when you've died 5 times in a game.
And you can see now that this pressure that's being mounted, Matumba Man is still standing up front and center with not that many heroes behind him. The rest of the team spread out across the map, but they're going to continue this movement and not willing to back out. They want to push this advantage as much as possible right now. Boxy's still not at that Blink Dagger, but you can see Liquid. It's a small lead, but it might start growing over these next couple of minutes unless Secret do something different.
They just ice-sharded Insanity to the high ground there. That's pretty cool. And then forced it back down after there to check for some wards. So the positioning's been great from Liquid as well. They are ensuring that this Tusk and this Jakiro are in between where they assume the heroes of Team Secret are and Matu, right? Like, you don't tend to think of these range supports necessarily as playing that, but that's one of the benefits of being a Jakiro. Also having that Force Staff. There's the Force Staff there on Matu. We're stacking up Force Staffs once again because they just get more and more powerful for everyone that you have. And they've still been working on Boxy's Blink for a very long time, though. That is one unusual part, I guess, in terms of this being a Liquid game, right? Like that, Boxy being the lowest on the net worth is not usually something you can see, right?
Well, only 2,000 gold separating these two teams. Boxy hunting there. Can't connect with Resolution, it looks like, as he will onslaught away. While in the meantime, Useless has finished off the Deso, so more into this like just big, huge burst of damage that's coming from this lineup, it looks like. As Zai's going to send those spiders all across the map.
Yeah, I will say, you know, as a parent here, I think Zai's, you know, children probably not the biggest fans. I feel like a lot of them have been dying, just being tossed asunder across the map. But how about the fact that Zai hasn't died yet?
That's been crazy.
In a first phase Broodmother versus Queen of Pain, Monkey King, and a Primal Beast.
And they were hunting him for so long. Insania, he is going to go down, though.
He's died a couple times.
Yeah, that's a classic. And also, to some extent, playing his role. They're still grouped around up here. And in fact, Secret, they want to take the fight to them maybe now on Team Liquid. BKB done as well as that Wraith Pact. Oh, this could be a huge moment for them.
There's 50 seconds left on that Aegis, so there's a bit of a window in terms of, you know, if they want to have a later fight, but this could also just be the, you know, you're down one hero, you're probably going to split up in farm, let's try and grab a kill.
Zai spots him immediately, needs to hide away, but there's nowhere to hide. You had to cast a curse him, Trent. You talk about how he doesn't have any deaths, immediately goes down.
But it was impressive. One death, still pretty impressive, I gotta say.
That's fair. 25 minutes, and with this Aegis expiring, looks like we're gonna have to look to that next round before they go for another big fight. This next Roche is gonna be huge.
Yeah, that's a great feeling for Secret. I mean, you gave up that Aegis, but you're the ones who are getting out on the map. You're grabbing a couple of kills, getting your cores out a little bit further. It was a lot of smoking up together and running around, so it's not going to have the biggest impact on the overall net worth, but at least it's keeping you a little bit closer in this game than just like sitting back and hiding in the fog, right? If there's anything they need to do right now, it's definitely vision. You look out on this map right now, they cannot see a damn thing as Team Secret, and this is something that you're trying to get that vision from Zai. It's much more reliant on the Nyx Assassin in this game because they don't have the Beastmaster to try and help prop up that vision game.
Likewise for Liquid, needing to get some vision down themselves. It's mainly been by virtue of those spiders that have been tossed out. But man, Daedalus done next. Matumba Man not concerned about a BKB. He's like, I have one job. If I'm not punching people, we're losing this game.
Attack Dire are scanned.
It's a good strat.
But of course, a couple of these different heroes that have avenues to get on top of them, whether it's that Blink from the Queen of Pain, the Nyx Assassin, Monkey King jumping on him from out of the trees, they have to do a great job of protecting the sniper with the rest of the Liquid lineup.
They were so close to just spawning a invisible Nyx Assassin running through there. Just came through with the Ob Sentry combo now there. But I saw some circles on the map there from Rezo. Seems to have a great idea of where Liquid are playing.
Heading down bottom, Insania's there. They've got the jump right at the start. Find themselves two, but the Spike Carapace. Will it be enough global to interrupt? And they get the control onto this Tusk. Can they find any more? Zai, he can only look on. Mickey has to run away. Crystal is still right on top. The BKB wearing off soon. Insania's there. He can't stop him. Still BKB runs away. Mickey getting that separation from Chrysalis. He goes down. But Matumba Man needs to survive, needs to do the damage. A couple more hits. He's surviving through it all. The little sniper that could, as Rezo tries to clean it up, but Mickey comes in, takes him down. Zai, the last one in the fight, left alive. Liquid. They did it to him.
That was a frightening fight of positioning there. He had to force that into the Wukong's command to survive. And then so he has to kill Chrysalis in that moment, or things can turn so bad for Liquid. But they grab the kills, they turn, they eventually get Matu, but the cost was high as they now go to the high ground with the spiders in tow.
And trying to clean up these buildings. I mean, Puppy has to hold off on this one, but Mickey, if he's left alone with these spiders to take down this tower, it's an easy movement into the racks. Obviously, you have the sniper left alive. This building is gone, but Mickey, I mean, he's in a little bit of trouble there. Tries to TP out. He's going to be fine. But get a tier 3 tower, a substantial gold lead. So take a look at this replay here.
And the way that started too, the blink in with the Carapace there. Excellent play layered on top of the global. Mickey held his BKB for after, so he's able to get involved in this fight, start tossing out some of these big spells. Espresso just like runs wild through this. But this was the big part, right? The Wukong comes out, and they actually get on Matu with the Primal Beast. That was pretty scary on the left-hand side, but then he's in, they get Chrysalis. Mickey barely surviving as well. He's able to help turn that fight around there. They have no choice but to fully focus on Matu.
Right, and barely able to come on in the clutch here. I mean, again, we talked about it. No BKB on this sniper, which means he just has to keep clicking. And he was able to do enough damage before he died to make it work. Now has that Elven Tunic in tow too. Secret, grouped together, smoked. They're right on top of all these spiders. And Liquid, they're going to be aware of this. Still 2 minutes till Roche is capable of respawning. A relatively long timer on that.
Oh, that's the real one, yeah. It's coming on back up, so. They'll take the area, but they're not going to get the reward for a very long time here as Boxy continues to just play around this off-sentry combo, looking for anyone running through that mid lane. Obviously, at this point in the game, this is where the danger tends to be, right? These mid-lane waves. So you want to just like nuke it and get out as fast as possible. You don't want to be caught on there.
Well, the tier 2 tower gets hit a couple of times by Secret. Immediately, Glyph is out. Wall bottom. A constant thorn in their side. Zai is there. These spiders just rip it asunder. And
that's
the pipe.
Ranged Rax. That is just gone.
Yeah, the pipe does it. And look at that. Zai gets the kill, keeps the pressure on. They need to deal with this. If Puppey shows for that long, or Nisha, this could be an easy blow, but Zayat's there to interrupt too.
Just more and more TPs just keep coming. They're just like, wait, are they gonna stay around here?
I mean, they're sticking around.
Oh, the smoke out.
They don't go for it, though. They're not gonna stick the whole time.
Look at the line drawn instantly, immediately towards that pit.
50 seconds until Roche is back up, though. They're gonna get there before it's up. And Secret, will they decide to go out and fight them?
This is one of those big macro plays you're going to see a lot in Dota, maybe if you're new to the game, is that pressuring that bottom tower to pull them away from that Roche pit. Now Liquid want to take that territory. They want that vision here to have the good fight around the Roche pit.
And now they have the good fight, and Mickey, he finds the good pick off Foxy. Can they bring him down in time? Resolution so low, and Chrysalis on the back. Where is Matubman? He's not there to help him yet.
He wants a better target to grab.
Can they do it? Chase, Nisha finds him, gets the kill. Mickey, he's got to get out of there. BKB wants to run, nowhere to go though. The bash is out. Nisha will manage to survive. Secret, they win that fight off of that global.
Such a necessary fight for Team Secret right now. Grabbing Matu, the perfect way to start off this fight. It's the one thing that can't happen for Team Liquid. And so much of it was committed on this Primal Beast right at the start, but he's able to get off the BKB.
Oh, the spider whole game had to take a second to process what just happened there. Zai is going to run away.
I think Liquid might be feeling the same way here. Is obviously they didn't commit for the instant buyback on the sniper. That means he really doesn't want to do it now. And they're going to start moving in towards that pit. Liquid, they have some vision around here. They do end up scanning near their high ground to see if there's any smoked heroes coming by, but might be time to go for a little bit of a risky play here.
Yeah, got to be careful. We're watching this replay, but in the game, they have the ice pad down, have good vision. Foxy, he's right away caught and killed. Does have buyback still. Matumba, man, they're so close. And Roche is actually not quite low enough. Zayat finds Insania, but they can't get him. Buying enough time for the rest of the team to show back up. The buyback is there from the Tusk. Matumba man tries to show Mickey to the damage, gets the blink away. He's still solo and doesn't have a way to dodge this, but Nisha survives. 70 HP. I don't quite have it. Insania's now dead. Matumba man, oh, he's in Death Valley. Crystal is right on top, needs to get away. Foxy there for the punch. Matumba man, though, he survives through it all. Liquid, they did it. They actually did it.
All the delays coming in from the supports. They kicked them out of the Roche pit. They forced a secondary fight. Nisha forced all the way back home as well. Now they're in there. They're grabbing Roche. They can't get back here in time.
Oh, and another Aegis claimed by this sniper in the midst of chaos when everything is at its most crazy. That's when it feels like Liquid somehow managed to make the best happen.
Now, Secret, I mean, that one dream fight where they managed to get Matu right at the start, that's what they needed in that Radiant high ground there, but now he's got himself the concussive grenade there with a shard, so a little bit extra help there.
Look at that. Hex done on the Broodmother now. Obviously, Secret still have incredible team fight, but they need all their heroes to be back up. Chrysalis alive in 15 seconds, while Liquid, they want to try and claim these buildings now. Okay, does have that Aghanim Scepter done as Nisha zoned back for a moment. I mean, it's still so hard to go high ground here. And Enchanted Quiver picked up as they have another big creep wave coming in through top. I'm curious if Liquid even want to try and push it that hard here, if they feel comfortable going into the later stages.
Yeah, it's a bit of a, again, a tough one to go high ground here. You really don't want to be stuck inside of Wukong's command. Just get botched down here.
At least wait for the BKB, right?
Yes, he has actually fully purchased it now on Matu, so certainly much more capable of engaging and putting himself in slightly riskier positions, like hitting a tower. If you're Team Secret, though, I mean, he's still the #1 target, right? Obviously, with the Aegis, there are some questions to that. Maybe you can try and just disable him and try and pick off someone else like Mickey, but he's got that BKB, and Puppey, there's so much pressure on him as the silencer. Like, when do you actually pop this ulti, right?
Yeah.
Try and go for an offensive play.
Jumps in. They find it. Chrysalis immediately there with the BKB. Gets the Force Staff away. Gets Matu out, but the Pulverize is there. So round one. Oh, actually, Matumba man, he doesn't even go down. They keep him alive. He does finally fall to the Sonic Wave, but they needed that for that second life.
He never popped the BKB, though. He did hold it that whole time. Get the concussive grenade, drew it out a little bit further, and losing Chrysalis is huge.
That was so enormous for Liquid, and taking this tier 3 tower now, going on to the high ground. Secret, I don't know if they have enough left in the tank. They're going to smoke up with everybody.
It's all sides. He needs a big blink play.
They got to find it. The big stun is there. The big interrupt. Resolution trying to kill him up with a snowball. Boxy was there. Zayat now turned upon. Matumba man ready to clink them all down. Resolution trying to escape, but there is no escape. Matu is here. Matu is strong.
Oh, Nisha trying to hold him back with a halberd. He was just there, stuck, plinking away, helpless in his BKB, but it didn't matter. They didn't get enough done during that halberd. And now they've taken the high ground here, moving towards that mid lane. Liquid looking to force a game 3 here in Singapore.
This would be huge for them. Again, such a dominant performance in Secret throughout this tournament in that game number 1. Liquid needing to get this to force it. They want to keep their hopes alive. Punches are out. The buyback is there from the Nyx Assassin. Jump in, Nisha trying to force them back. And without those BKBs, they needed a second at least to reset. Liquid still no Aegis in hand and 40 seconds on the BKB for Sniper.
All the buildings have been crumbling though. It's just now 2 melee barracks remaining. Oh, sorry, 1 melee, 1 ranged even. Worst case scenario here. Team Secret. Zai gonna have that constant spider's pressure.
You know what's interesting though is that in so many of these games, we've seen some of these teams that have fallen behind really early in multiple racks, and it still comes down to needing to win a team fight. If Secret can keep winning those, it could be their recipe for success. But right now, at least Liquid in a firm control of this game.
Yes, many of the players on this Liquid roster are, you know, no strangers to mega creep games. They know it does not necessarily mean the end.
We will have to wait if it does indeed happen this time. Another minute or so until the next round of those neutrals are coming up. And looking at it, I think actually they don't even have all of their neutrals yet on Team Secret. They haven't been able to get out for the tier 4s or even the tier 3s.
Yeah, when they do get it on the map right now, it's mostly been just to battle. It's to fight, right? And then like the second the fight ends, it feels like they just need to run to whatever the prize was after, be it Roche or to a tier 2 to defend there. There's not a lot of time for them to get on the map and actually farm up these neutrals.
Well, BKB's back off cooldown, and for Secret, that means they got to be careful. A lot of spiders ready to run at that range racks while Liquid is down bottom. And TP coming in. Zai sends the spiders with the pipe.
Gotta watch the halberd from Nisha. Gotta watch the blink stuns from Zayats. Those are places they can't even deal with the spiders. The spiders just take out. Oh, barely. Rezo has to charge through the kill.
They're
spiders
taking the bottom one too.
He's splitting them up, splitting the defense.
It's so hard. How do you even find it? And there it is. The blink in, the BKB. But do they have enough to get out? Chrysalis, a good stun, drops down the ring. They have the damage. Can he survive through the right clicks coming from a Tumbleman? Though that Sniper, he's just too strong. They take down that melee racks. Liquid wanting to get mega creeps. Finish
spiders.
This one off. And they're gonna do it in style. Megas for Liquid. And Secret, it is a huge hill to climb to try and come back into this.
I mean, they have some of the heroes though.
I do.
Oh, they got the Monkey King. They got themselves a Queen of Pain. Some big pure damage swings. Certainly heroes that are known for being able to itemize in many different ways as well for certain situations. But it's an 18k lead, you know. Don't get it twisted. Liquid are in a very good spot right now.
See now if they will find anybody on these wards here, hoping to catch somebody from Liquid slipping, but everybody out of vision, waiting for those BKBs to come back up again, farming up that next section of the neutrals. And just the power of this draft that Liquid has been able to assemble. Look incredibly good in this game number 2. Trying to force it to the game 3. And I think right now, too, the other thing that you got to be watching for is like any of these little illusion play moments, they have to go for this. They don't know that it's an illusion, obviously, now they do, but if there's any chance for anybody to be caught off guard, it's a quick jump.
Feels like Zayas just has so much pressure on him as well. I think the best initiation they've got right now.
Oh my god,
they got Matu in.
The whole teammate, but can they get him? Red zone, no friends nearby. He too is gonna get brought down. All it takes is a couple of seconds. And with 3 dead, surely this will be the time for Liquid to close out this game.
They're looking to come in here. Chrysalis grabbing the wave in the mid, but of course there's creeps coming through the bottom as well.
They've got it all. They have a glyph, but Secret not even in the base to defend it. Is Liquid trying to close this one out here. The buybacks are out. Resolution into this game, but Liquid, will they be concerned? Still a minute until Roche is even capable of respawning. They don't want to deal with that mess. They want to end this now. Global out, BKB disarm, runaway, Boxy there, snowball through onto both. Nisha gone.
Oh, he's armed.
Liquid, they're cleaning up. They're taking him down. They're going to game 3. Matu's not done yet.
Oh, Well, let's go Liquid cheers have been very loud from this crowd as they've made their way through this lower bracket. And now one more time, they're going to a game 3. They're not done yet. Team Secret, now it's their turn to try and figure things out here and see what they want for game 3. What this Team Liquid has turned a lot of fans here, I think.
We've got more than a few as we are looking again at how this is broken down. So much decided in the draft, so much decided also in the game. And the crowd here giving a little bit of appreciation to the team that forced this one to a game 3.
Just feels like a couple small plays here and there, right? One force step, one position, one stun of someone out of place is turning these big fights. And it feels like it's just constant fights in these games. It feels like we go from one team fight, the replay is going, the next team fight starts right after that. It's deciding so much in these matches. So coming into it, I don't know if we're going to see that classic game 3 slowdown pace or if we're just going to go full speed ahead.
I'm just excited to see some more Dota. I'm going to be real. This is going to be awesome. We got 56 kills in that last game.